Hi, Snow. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Good, good. Are you in a cafe today?
Yes,
Cool, cool. No classes today, right? Or
yes.
oh, no class. Okay, okay, cool. So what did you do today?
Today I get up late because I only have one day to relax.
Mm.
I eat some salad in the morning. Um, then I do a text on the phone. Um, then I go to
I went to.
I, yes. Then I went to out outdoors. Went out dormitory um, to attending the English class.
Oh, okay. So you say you drew what? What did you draw? You drew.
I went out my dormitory and to attending this class.
Okay, so you went outside. Okay, you went outside. Okay. I think like before that you said something about you drew something? No?
Uh, I joined the exam on the phone.
Oh.
Um,
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. I see. I see. Nice. Cool, cool. So I think last lesson we were talking about um, just some of the famous colleges in America, and we were also talking about some study abroad policies. Um, oh, and also the difference between an international student and a study abroad student. Um,
it,
do you know the difference? Can you explain to me what the difference is?
um, it is like some students can uh, learn in the American, but they don't allowed to stay in the American. Um, so um, and uh, they have a let's talk. The all lots of school uh, have the organization
Mm-hmm.
and uh, like the every school have their organization and it's a circle and they can exchange their students.
Okay, okay. So an international student, uh, so who can stay for as long as they want? Like the international student or the study abroad student? Which student can
Um,
stay in the country for a long time?
um, the study abroad students.
Hmm.
Um, I remember the teacher said some students uh, were allowed to go to American um, study, they uh, but the place is to uh, settle down.
Hmm.
Sometimes don't allow to settle down in that country.
Yeah, yeah, right. So for the study abroad students, right? So before they even travel to the country, right? Um, they already know how long they will stay, right? So they know, oh, for my study abroad program, I'm going to stay only one semester, right? And then that's it. And then after that, I fly back to my country. Um, but for an international student, the international student can just stay in that country for as long as it takes for them to complete their study. Right, so an international student can stay for a very long time, and then a study abroad student they typically stay for maybe one semester, maybe two semesters, like a year. and then they fly back to their country. Okay, so that's like the biggest difference. The biggest difference is with study abroad, you study for a short time and you go back to your country. Um, but for international students, they generally they live in that country where they are studying in. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, cool, cool. Um, so, and I think we were talking about the Trump administration, right? They were saying that um, for the international students that they would have to go back home, right, because of COVID, and then nobody liked that, right? Nobody agreed with what the Trump administration said. So, so some schools like Harvard and MIT, they they sued the Trump administration. They said, no, this is not right. Um, this is illegal. It's illegal to do that. Um, so then basically the Trump administration, they then they basically had to um, stop their ban. So basically, they said, okay, we can't we can't ban international students. So international students can stay in America. Um,
Okay. And I think it seems like one thing. I read the news. Um, like the Mexico border. Trump want to build the Mexico border, but the Biden, they don't allow to building that. But I think um, I read the news that news talk because of the Mexico border, the lot of immigrants to go to the American and um, lot of people want to um, in that uh, it is a um, uh, we talk about a humanitarianism, hu- human, hum, humani, humanism, uh, but uh, but that humanism maybe can lead to uh, lead to the uh, disorder, to lead to the disorder. Uh, so the teacher, how teacher looks like that thing.
yeah, yeah, that's interesting. So you're right. The Biden administration, they don't want to create that wall, right? That border, the Mexico wall. They don't want to build it. So now you have a lot of people trying to cross the border now. So um, the when they cross, then America, our border patrol. Border patrol are just like the people who protect the border, right? Um,
Yes.
so the border patrol, they basically take those people, they take the people who are crossing, and they put them in a like a waiting facility. Like a waiting facility is kind of like a building where all of the people who want to go to get into America, they have to wait inside of this place until they are allowed to go into America. So right now, it's just that there are many, 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 many people inside of this waiting facility, and it's getting to a point where it's just too many people that are trying to cross, and America America doesn't know if they can bring all of those people in. So um, it's some people have been waiting at this place for maybe a very long time. So maybe they tried to cross into America, but then they had to wait inside the waiting facility for maybe like 2 or 3 months now. So they've been there for a very very long time, and the reason why is because um, it's just um, America is trying to figure out if they can allow them in, um, and sometimes America cannot let the
Let
people
them.
in. Yeah, and the thing is that some of these people, the reason why they are trying to come into America is because there's a lot of
War.
war. Exactly, there's war and there's violence in their country. So um, America, even though America can't let them in, they don't want to tell them to go back to their country because their country is dangerous. There's a lot of violence. So yeah, so it's a very very
I
difficult.
I live in Mexico. Sometimes have lot of the drug traffickers, and the drug traffickers sometimes is stronger than their government.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because
Mm,
they have lots of guns and yeah, yeah.
um, and I listen. It's also in the news. It talks that some child was uh, separated with
Hmm.
their parents. Um, why?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
parents will have the good care.
So it's interesting because sometimes the parent isn't allowed into America, but the child can come. So that's the situation. It's like sometimes we America can't allow the parents into America, but then maybe they can allow the child. So if the child has some family in America, let's say the mom and her son want to come into America, but America says, "Oh, sorry, mom, you can't come." But if you have family in America for your son, then maybe your son can stay with the family in America. So that's kind of like the situation where the parents are getting separated from the children because sometimes the parents can't come in, um, but only the child can come in. So yeah, it's not good, but I think the what Biden wants to do, right? They want to basically they want to solve the issues in the country. So rather than everybody running away from their own country, Biden thinks that it's important um, for the country to fix the issue. So basically, they need to fix the issue in Mexico with the drugs and the war and the violence, so that people aren't running away from their own country. So that's what they are trying to focus in on right now.
Mm,
Yeah.
and I have another question. Um, there's some reports that the Biden's health is not so better, and the people said um, the Harris maybe can become a president.
Wait, who? Who can become the president?
Uh, uh, the his the vice
Oh, the
president
vice
will
president.
become the
Oh, okay,
he
okay.
will become the president.
Is it because you said that he's not so good, like he's not healthy, or?
Sometimes the people said not very very good, and always think the Trump's health is so better.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, Trump and Biden, they are very, very old. So, yeah, but I think that, eh, so far, um, Biden hasn't really been making a lot of, how do I say, he hasn't been making a lot of strong changes. So, he's been basically telling the government to make changes. So I'll give you an example. In America, there's a lot of gun violence, right? So there's a lot of people who use guns to kill people. Um,
Yeah.
so Biden, he told the Department of Justice, Department of Justice, oh, Justice, yeah, and basically that's one branch of the government, right? So the Department of Justice, he told them that we need to start doing a better job of controlling guns, right? Gun control, so that people only get guns when they need to get guns. So that we can decrease the amount of gun violence in America. So he basically told, somebody else. So he asked the Department of Justice to fix it. So instead of him trying to fix it, he basically gave the job to the Department of Justice. So right now, that's kind of like what the Biden administration has been doing. They they have been giving everybody else the job. Say, hey, you do this, you do this, you do this. So they haven't been doing anything. They just been telling everybody else to do something. Yeah,
It's so interesting.
yeah, yeah. It is. It is. I think I think I think it's because there's just so many things that you know Trump Trump gave Biden a very, very hard job. So I think Biden, he's trying to do everything at one time. So because it's a lot of things to do, I think he's just asking everybody to help him, right? So he has to worry about gun violence. He has to worry about the COVID, the spread of COVID in America. He has to worry about the immigration, Mexico, like Mexicans immigrating to America. And, so there's so many things that he has to try to handle. So because of that, he has to ask other people for help. So he has to ask the Department of Justice to help him fix the gun violence. He has to ask, the um, the immigration to help him fix the immigration issue in Mexico. So I think that's the reason why um, he's doing that. Because Trump left so many things in a bad place. So that's the reason. Yeah.
I think Trump's Twitter is so funny.
Yeah. um, and let's see. But I mean, I think it's probably going to take some time, but I think maybe in a few months things will start to get better. I just think that right now is just a little bit hard because um, he just entered office, and there's just a lot of things that he has to try to figure out. But in a few months, I think it'll be better. Maybe in like in summertime, I think it'll be better. Yeah, yeah. Um, so I think so. Oh, um, so going back to the international student and the study abroad student. So what kind of what kind of study do you want to do? Do you want to do the study where you just study abroad maybe for 1 or 2 semesters, or you want to be like the international student who stays in a country, who lives in a country and studies?
Me,
Yeah.
um, I think uh, I have some um, let's hope chance. I want to become the international student.
Hmm.
Um, and sometimes that talk is not so good, but I think um, the Western country is developed
Hmm.
and their welfare is better. And but if I have ability, I want to with my parents to go abroad. And to settle down in there. But now I don't study so better. But I think if I become best, I can go abroad.
Okay, so
Um,
you said that you want with your parents?
send my parents to go there. But I think they don't want to go that. Uh,
Oh.
I think they only can want to trip, the travel our country.
Oh, okay, okay. So just like on just like for a trip, just travel around. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I see. Um and then so yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit more about like, the whole process of actually, you know, going abroad to a different country to study. Like I think the study abroad is actually cheaper because you're only doing like maybe 1 semester or 2 semesters, but then being an international student is probably the more expensive um,
Yeah.
route, right? Yeah.
Yes.
um, I think like when when people need to like when people start to figure out or decide how they will go abroad, they start to look into, um, you know, the travel visa, right? How long is it going to take to get the visa? Um, they have to also look into like the flights and the application fees, because I think there's like an application fee for the school that you want to apply to, and then there's also an application fee for like applying for the visa. um, and usually that's a very very long process, and you have to gather many 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 documents and then submit it.
Yeah.
So that's the part that is very stressful. It's very stressful.
Mm,
um,
I'm well aware. That is, some school have the cooperation with the Chinese the best school,
mhm.
and they can exchange the student. Uh, so, but the exchange student is so best student, the top student. The first I must go to the best school, and then I will have the chance to exchange to
Oh.
abroad.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. So that's a different uh, situation. Yeah, exchange students. I think that's the cheapest. Yeah. So I think the most expensive is international students. Then it's study abroad student, and then it's exchange students. I think exchange students is like the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, like you're right. Like I think like those schools they have like a partnership with
yeah,
the school in America or the school in Europe or something like that, and it makes it very very um, easy to go abroad. So for the exchange student in China, you were saying that you have to be in a good school to be an exchange student? Like how? What's the process for that?
Um, because like my university,
Hmm.
it don't have some the better school to exchange.
Oh,
Sometimes, it's exchange to the don't s- not so developed country. Um, sometimes developing country like China. But if you went to the top school, and that school cooperation is sometimes it's the best school in the international, and you can go to the other country's top school to study.
I see. I see. Okay, so basically, there is no exchange program at your university, right?
Um, yeah, and if I have, it's not went to the so good school.
Oh, okay. So if you had it, then you'll probably go to a very bad school in America, right? It won't be a very good school.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I gotcha. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I don't know. I think that like many schools in America have exchange programs. Like it's very common to have an exchange program at a university in America. So yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked to hear that not a lot of schools in China. Or is it just I mean, well, let me ask. Are there many exchange programs in China?
Um, some some the top school in
Top
China
schools.
have some school told that uh some school were told that 985 school and 211 school and that school is the program, and they also have the good resource, and they can have that exchange program with the abroad abroad top school, but like my university don't have that school
Okay.
exchange.
Okay, I see. So 985211 is the name of the program?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that program decide some school is the best school or the better school like that. Um, and we have some uh, we have the college my college entrance examination to select the school. The best the better the best student, the first choice is the 985 program school,
Hmm.
and then it's a 211 program school. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So these are two different programs, 985 and 211. Two different programs.
Yeah.
Okay.
985 is better than the 211 program,
Oh,
and the
okay.
211 program is better than other school.
Oh, okay. I see. So 985 is like the best, 211 is like
Yeah.
the second best, and
Yeah.
then you have the other schools. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Gotcha. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I think we're running out of time, so
Yeah.
let's stop here for today, and then maybe next lesson we can talk about the Disney movies, especially like the
Yeah.
Disney princesses. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So it was great talking to you today, Snow. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Okay.
See you next
All right.
time.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
You too.